This is a crucial warning to all Tesla stock investors, and at this point is getting urgent. I did a poll: what will you do if Elon's compensation plan is not approved? Sell all Tesla stocks, said 19% of the people here. And my followers, they are long-term holders of Tesla stock. These are not just traders who buy one day and then sell another day. No, these are people that have been holding their Tesla stock probably for 5 years or longer in some cases, less in some cases. I will also explain how I'm thinking about this issue, but yeah, 4% of the people said that they would sell some Tesla stock, keep Tesla stock, but stop buying more. That's 23%. So you add all of that up, and that's close to 50% of the people that will in some capacity sell Tesla stock or stop buying, which will negatively affect Tesla stock. I'm also running another poll. It's a hypothetical, but let's say Elon's compensation is not approved and he makes it clear he won't spend much time at Tesla anymore. What do you do? In this case, only 29% of the people are saying no change at all, meaning no selling and buying if I was buying before or buying big dips. So in this case, you would have some serious selling of Tesla stock. Keep in mind, I just started running these polls and I'll report again when they conclude, but generally the results stay the same even after a lot more people vote. And here you can see after waiting a bit longer and getting a lot more votes, the results haven't really changed much. My next crucial warning is expect a lot of long-time Tesla bulls who were always positive about Elon and Tesla, who never said anything negative pretty much ever, to start changing how they see Tesla if this compensation package doesn't get approved. And with the deadline on June 13th, this is becoming more and more urgent every day now. If you haven't voted, please vote. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Gary Black calls Warren Redlich a Tesla Uber bull, and even he already sold 20% of his Tesla stock. The vote hasn't even happened yet. So if the vote concludes with a no, do you think he will sell more Tesla stock? I think so. Here's Jason DeBalt. He is an all-in Tesla stock investor, a multi-millionaire. His style reminds me of Stephen Mark Ryan's style, but he doesn't make any videos. He just posts on X. It's important to pay attention to what people like that are saying, because these people are not traders. They have been holding Tesla stock for a long time. I said previously, says Jason, that I would sell all of my Tesla shares if someone like Ross Gerber was voted onto the Tesla board. As we can all see from his recent post, having someone like Ross on the board would have been a complete dumpster fire. Well, this is way worse. He's talking about the compensation package now, and I will probably sell all of my Tesla shares if this compensation package isn't approved, or if I even think it won't be approved. And I'm not the only one, because if this vote fails, Tesla will have been captured by idiots already. If investors are lucky, Tesla will enter a long winter, similar to when Steve Jobs left Apple between 1985 and 96. That's the best case scenario, he thinks. Up to this point in Tesla investor history, the closest possible position in the Tesla poop show was the front row, held by long-term buy and hold investors like me who experienced zero returns between 2014 and 2019. I got a little bit lucky that I bought in early 2019, but it wasn't like I was expecting to make money immediately, by the way. But during this period of time, those who held Tesla shares, they were constantly on the edge of bankruptcy, no profits, EVs will never work, going private at $420. That was a mess. I watched it, but I wasn't an investor at that time, or anyone who has been forced to sell shares, says Jason. But this time, we won't just have the front row seat in the Tesla poop show. Everyone will be in the actual show. Now, would Elon spend less time at Tesla if he doesn't get his compensation package? Well, this is from January 26th, and pay very close attention right now. This is actually critically important. He said, XAI is not raising capital, and I have had no conversations with anyone in this regard. And the rumor was that XAI is seeking investments up to $6 billion, and XAI just raised exactly that much, $6 billion. What a coincidence, right? Days after Elon Musk made that post that he's not raising money for XAI, his compensation package got rescinded. Do you think there's some connection between this and Elon Musk actually raising money for xAI? We also now know from sources that Elon Musk could have easily raised more than $6 billion. He was able to pick and choose exactly who he wants money from and how much. So it doesn't mean that Elon Musk actually lied when he posted that he's not seeking any money for xAI. Maybe someone from these financial institutions basically put this whole thing together and were harassing people at xAI. Hey, we want to give you money. Please take our money. Take our money, please. And Elon Musk did not want to hear any of it, and therefore he did not engage anyone, and he personally was not seeking for anything, but maybe they were trying to give him money, which is why I think Elon did not lie. Elon can play games with words, absolutely yes, and you have to pay attention to exactly what he said. xAI is not raising capital, and I have had no conversations with anyone in this regard. It doesn't mean that people did not send him emails telling him, we want to give you money, please take it. But then his compensation package got rescinded, and then maybe Elon started thinking, oh, am I gonna get paid for all the work that I have already done before? You know what, maybe these people that want to give me money, maybe I should take it. And maybe Elon was thinking about asking the Tesla board, maybe Tesla should invest in xAI. I would have personally much rather preferred that. Either way, I think the decision to raise money, the actual final decision to follow through with that, I think was made after Elon's compensation package was rescinded. So if shareholders actually vote against Elon, if Elon already made this move to raise money for xAI, which I think will take some of the attention away from Tesla if he keeps raising money and he keeps working on xAI, I personally think that if the shareholder vote doesn't go through, he will definitely spend less time at Tesla. Now, does it mean that he will step down as CEO or not? That's a different conversation. Doesn't mean that he won't be able to effectively run Tesla. That's a whole different conversation. Elon is able to run multiple companies: Neuralink, the Boring Company, SpaceX, Tesla, xAI, all at the same time so far. Oh, and I forgot X. You know, Twitter, although he's not technically the CEO of X. So Elon has the capacity and the ability to keep running Tesla, but I think some of his time would be taken away from Tesla and dedicated to probably xAI. Also keep in mind that Elon said, I am uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having 25% voting control. Now, the voting control, I think, can be done and achieved without necessarily paying Elon extra money. We just give him voting power. But it's clear that Elon wants more right now, and if he doesn't get it, probably there will be consequences. And this is a post from January 15th, but this basically made it clear that there would have already been a new compensation plan for Elon Musk, probably just to give him more voting control, if it wasn't for the Delaware case, which at the time was still ongoing. So after this shareholder vote, I think there's going to be a new compensation plan for Elon, whether this vote goes through or not. But it's likely going to be limited to just increasing Elon's voting control. But that largely assumes that Tesla is going to move from Delaware to Texas. And I made a video on Patreon sharing my thoughts out loud, what I'm thinking and what I'm going to do, whichever way the vote goes and why. We are seeing a lot of active effort from Tesla to get people to vote, and I think they have some sort of insight about how people are voting and how many people have already voted, and they keep getting creative of getting you to vote. And the closer we are getting to the shareholder meeting, the more active Elon is getting about this. You would think the closer we would be getting to it, the more certain Tesla would be about the potential result, and therefore Tesla's proactiveness, including Elon's proactiveness about this issue, maybe would go down. But we are seeing the opposite. Elon Musk is being more active about this issue, and so is Tesla's board. For example, Elon just reposted this video from Cathie Wood.
We're very supportive of that. What happened in Delaware, the judge ruling and basically taking the vote away from us, the shareholder. We voted for that pay package. 73% of shareholders did. and to have the judge kind of thinking that she is reading the minds of directors and independents, dependents, whatever. I just think, as I said in a post on X, I think it's un-American, it's anti-investor, and it's an insult to the board of directors of Tesla. So totally supportive of that move.
Are you supportive of Elon Musk's requests or demands or whatever you want to call it to get more voting shares? Or as he says, he'll take some of his technology elsewhere? Or do you feel as though Tesla's sort of being held hostage to that demand?
I do not feel that. Being involved in disruptive innovation and only disruptive innovation, we know that we need visionary leaders who will stand up to short-term oriented shareholders and be able to execute their vision with the right technologies at the right time. And Elon Musk is the inventor of our age, and he is also our Renaissance man. So I'm always surprised at the pushback he receives. And I do think that 25, he's not asking for any more economic interest, it's voting interest. And for many of our companies, we are supportive of super voting rights because we know the visionary leaders, we go through periods of volatility and they just need to be able to execute upon their vision, not be thrown off by boards of directors who are listening to short-term oriented shareholders.
I absolutely agree with Cathie Wood. And what's interesting about this particular video is that it's not a recent video. This video is from February 19th, but Elon Musk is reposting it now again. Why was Elon not really saying all that much about this whole issue earlier? I mean, he was saying stuff, but right now it's just a lot more. I think it's because Elon wants to stay at Tesla. Elon wants the compensation package that was granted to him before because he did the work and Tesla stock went way up. I understand if you bought in at the very top, of course you are upset, but that's not how the agreement worked. The agreement was from 2018 to now. One way to see this whole issue is, oh, this is bad because Elon Musk and the Tesla board, they are paying so much attention to this, it must be bad. But another way to look at it is, well, maybe it's bad, but maybe it's positive towards Elon, let's say, and the Tesla board and Elon care so much that they are willing to do everything in their power to make sure that the vote passes as they want it to pass, just to be extra careful. Just give everyone a little nudge. And for me, if an issue really matters, even if, let's say there's a 75% chance the thing is going to go through, okay, that means there's still a 25% chance, 1 in 4, that it wouldn't go through. And maybe not because people are now voting the right way, but maybe because the turnout is not exactly great. And let's say pretty much most of the retail investors are voting for, but institutional investors, maybe more of them are voting against Elon. So then it becomes all about the turnout. It's not about changing people's minds. It's just getting people to vote. In fact, Tesla is trying so hard with this that it's actually buying ads just to get people to vote. Now, in the beginning, they bought ads literally just about getting people to vote and calling people to sort of vote how the board wants everyone to vote. I mean, right here, it says exactly how you should vote. Vote for Tesla proposals 3 and 4. Now, I personally don't have a problem with that, but imagine someone who is a shareholder, let's say, and wants to vote against this recommendation. These people are definitely livid that Tesla is spending ads on this. Anyway, Tesla did get a bit of backlash for running some of these ads. I'm talking about backlash from Tesla bulls that I show regularly. I'm not going to name exact names because some of that was private, but I know some are definitely unhappy. And so Tesla is changing its approach right now. And together with telling people to vote and how to vote, they are also including images. You can get a Model Y with this cheap financing rate. So I see what Tesla is doing here and I don't mind it. I'm actually fine with it. But then no one at Tesla can say, oh, advertising doesn't work. We shouldn't do advertising. Well, if you are doing these ads, which are primarily aimed at getting people to vote, it's not about selling cars. I mean, Tesla may sell 1 or 2 additional vehicles by running these ads, but that's not the primary objective because we are targeting shareholders. All of these shareholders know how good Tesla vehicles are, so will that really create extra sales? Maybe a few. Anyway, I just recorded a new exclusive video on Patreon. Those of you who are Patreons, I'll see you over there. By joining Patreon, you will have access to all of my exclusive videos on Patreon, as well as how much I am willing to pay for each Tesla share between 2024 and 2033. If you join the investor tier, you will also have access to my valuation model, where you will see all of my assumptions, including deliveries, the energy business, Tesla's future businesses like FSD, and of course much more. And then if you want to easily download that and put in your own numbers, then this third tier is for you. To all of my Patreon supporters, thank you so much. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet as well. And I will see you in the next video.